Yep.
Okay, our first email question. My father was in a bad wreck and had over $100,000 in medical bills. The insurance company says that it only has $25,000 in coverage. Can the insurance company do that? And the question comes from Eric.
Well, what I tell Eric is certainly if that is the insurance policy or bodily injury limit for the person that caused the wreck, yes, they can absolutely do that. The thing I would want to know, Eric, is did you take the precaution of buying underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage? Because about 1/3 of the drivers in Mississippi do not have insurance coverage. And then I see probably, 50-60% over that have not enough insurance coverage. They have a minimum limits policy of 25,000. And so you've got 100,000 in medical bills. You're probably not able to work. You can't pay all the bills and you're in a bad situation. And so if you haven't taken the precaution to have your own insurance, and you can have it as much as high as your own limits, plus you can stack vehicles. So if you have $100,000 in UM and 5 vehicles, now you've got $500,000 in coverage. That's what kind of coverage it sounds like you need from those serious injuries. Patrick, I see this all the time. What do y'all see over there?
No, I absolutely agree, and I want to add on to what Rocky said. When you're saying uninsured motorists, that makes a lot of sense. Somebody else doesn't have insurance, so your insurance covers it. But he also said the word underinsured, and that's where he's headed with this. If there's $25,000 insurance for the person who caused the accident, and you've got $100,000 uninsured, underinsured, you've still got $75,000 there of your insurance money to cover because the other motorist was underinsured. The last thing I want to say to you about that is, while the other person who caused the accident may not have a lot of assets, just because they have insurance that did not cover your bills does not mean they're not responsible for those bills. It's not a get out of jail free card with regard to the bills they owe for the accident they caused. They may not be able to afford it, but you should always look to see if they can, because if they don't have enough insurance, they still owe for the accident. It's just they didn't have enough insurance to fully cover you. So we oftentimes look to the net worth of the individual that caused the accident to see if there's anything additional there, if in fact more money's owed.
That's right. You always want to do an asset check before you move on to your uninsured or your underinsured coverage like Patrick's talking about. And your own company will look to see if the person that caused the wreck has assets that could pay before your own company will shell out any money. So that's definitely something you need to do.
It sounds like, too, you probably need to consult an attorney immediately, too, in a situation like that. We talk about assets a lot, following an accident. So I'm glad you brought that up, but it sounds like
I wouldn't perform surgery because I'm not a doctor. I wouldn't do bankruptcy law because I'm not a bankruptcy lawyer. But if I had a problem with insurance and a car wreck and stacking and underinsured or UM, I'd call Patrick Malouf.
And if you call me, I call and get advice from Rocky Wilkins. But being serious for a second, I want to go back to this word stacking, because this is kind of a big deal that a lot of people don't know about. And this isn't evident on your insurance policy. If you have 2 cars and you have $100,000 in insurance on either car, or on both cars rather, you can stack those policies for a total of $200,000 in coverage. And that's not apparent. That's not on your deck pay, your declaration page, or anything like that. And these are the type nuances in the law that a lawyer can explain to you that can make a world of difference and get you paid for your claim on your own policies. So that's very important. It's a very complex area of law, and you need to call a lawyer to fully understand what stacking does for you. It's a big deal.